Hey Gemini, welcome back to the channel everyone. I hope you're doing fantastic. Gemini, thank you so very much for joining me here. Let's get straight to your messages. Spirit, what is it that you would like the beautiful Geminis to know? Gemini energy, somebody's watching you. Gemini, tough beginnings. It's not going to be easy, but someone figures that they're willing to fight for it. Somebody may give you a gift to bring you more happiness, but someone feels divinely guided to end something. Red light. It's like, not for you. Let's not continue this madness. It's better if we just moved on. What's going on? But somebody is like avoiding it. It's like look, 3 is a crowd. It's a love-hate thing going on here. This person is under pressure. So this person has a true love, Gemini. I don't know if it's you or if it's someone else. If someone is using like sexuality to keep someone, but they're in love with someone else. So you're gonna have to put yourself who you think you are here, because 3 is a crowd. So this person has been playing around, having fun, saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to waste your time. It's too much wear and tear. Somebody's watching your social media, or they're watching their... It's like forgiveness. Somebody just keeps holding on to this person. And it's utter madness. Someone just keeps holding on to this person, even though they know this person isn't happy. It's like they refuse to let them go. They just keep holding on and holding on and holding on. And they're happy holding on to this person. If they're holding up this person's life, is what they're doing. So something is coming full circle. It doesn't matter about the passion. You know, someone is just like, well, it's a change of fortune here. Gemini, the universe is saying you have a bright future, is telling you to forge ahead. But there is a karmic energy or a third party. 3 is a crowd. This person keeps holding on to this person and will not let them go. So don't wait on anybody. live your life and keep moving forward. Who would want to be part of that scenario? I don't know. I couldn't do it. It's too hard dealing with stuff like that. Someone is like, they just refuse to let them go. They're just hanging on to them. They're so desperate to be like chosen, be the one that they chose, that they're holding on so tight that this person's going to end up leaving anyway. This masculine's got to be brave and be honest. They want to retreat. They want to retreat. They need to stand their ground. Like the main female in this story stood their ground. This is somebody who is like, I'm not dealing with a third party. It's not going to happen. So they went and exchanged energies and got somebody who would deal with them or put up with it, you know. It's like the second choice, you know what I mean? Like they were in love with someone, but I don't know why they went to a third party, probably because whatever reason they have, but now that person won't let them go. And it's actually, they want to be alone, and they got to take a leadership role, you know? It's like patterns. This person is repeating a pattern, repeating a cycle. They keep repeating, like, third party situations never end well, even if you're the one that is chosen. They never end well because it's how that foundation was built upon. Like, it's been my experience anyway that third party situations never end well, because you always have that fear of that other person, even if it's not that person, or it'll be someone else. And this masculine's been told, move beyond ancestral patterns. Betrayal. It's this high priestess stood their ground. They refuse to see something. I told you, they just keep holding on, even though it is heartbreaking here. 3 is a crowd. It never ends well. So the person, just because the high priestess stood their ground to this individual, and they may have chosen that third party, it doesn't mean they're there for a healthy reason. They're there out of like, because this person won't let them go. It's just like glomming onto them. It's repeating patterns. What's going on? This is someone very confident, very independent. This is a high priestess. Could be a tarot card reader, a spiritualist. They're single, and they're okay single. They're not putting up with being put in a third-party situation. They're looking toward their future. They're looking for a committed relationship. This person could have ghosted them, pushed them away, till they walked away. It's karma. Being taught, you need to learn a lesson again. It's repeating cycles. And going to keep repeating cycles until you learn the lessons. This person is learning a lesson. And so is whoever they went to learning a lesson. Everybody in this story is learning a lesson. The high priestess is like the only one in this story who is like saying, I'm not putting up with being put in a third party situation. Three's a crowd. I'm out of here. You want the other person, you win by default. That's what this high priestess is saying. You want someone else, you will win by default. You can go learn that lesson then. But I ain't hanging around waiting on you. I'm not chasing. This person was wishing that this high priestess would chase them. But they're not. They're getting justice. It's like, I'm not fighting. I am not being put in a competition. I am not fighting for anybody. It's not happening. Straight up, not happening. Yeah. Yeah, and don't put your soulmate in a third party situation. What the hell? It's not happening. They still love this person. And I think that they were waiting, you know. Could be a twin flame or close connection. So they went for a false twin. It's like they're chained there. It's like bondage, you know? It's like, okay, I'll pick you up now because the high priestess is cutting me off. Well, in that situation, who really wins? Does anybody win? They're out their soulmate. And whoever the partner is out their soulmate. And they're learning a karmic lesson. It's a false twin. Started out with a fling or friends with benefits, something like that. Hang on, this is... So... Hang on. This is really strange. repeating cycles. See? This person is repeating a cycle. Okay, so they had an ex-wife before, where this person fell into like the parent trap. I'm pregnant, we have to get married, we have to stay together for the sake of the child situation. They've done this before. So this person has a child with someone else. They've done it before. It's like repeating a pattern. They gave up someone independent, confident, for someone codependent. Now this person swore up and down. They swore that they would never do this again. They swore they would never get married again. They swore they were done having children. They wanted no more children. They got trapped in their mind. Someone getting pregnant. So this person is repeating a cycle. So they were lucky enough in their mind to break free of an ex of theirs. Okay? That was very toxic, a very toxic relationship. They broke free of that. They divorced. They're divorced. Then they go to this Empress High Priestess energy, have actually true love in their life. Honesty, integrity, commitment, the love, the understanding, everything. But they're used to toxic relationships. They chose someone toxic because that's what they're used to. They've lived it for the majority of their life. That they had an opportunity for real love in their life, to have a real love union, but they chose something toxic because it is familiar to them. This person there's no toxicity to them. They chose someone toxic, just like their first wife or their first relationship fell for the parent trap. Oh, we have to get married out of obligation or religious beliefs or whatever it is. They're repeating a cycle. They turned their nose up at a true love situation, went to something toxic, and they have done it before. It is familiar to them, so that is what they do. Yet this person swore they would never do it. They were so relieved to get out of that abusive relationship, that mental mind games. They were so relieved to be out of it. And they turn around and repeat it. They give up true love for something toxic because it's familiar to them. They're divorced. This is a divorced person. And they had a very unhealthy relationship with someone they had a child with in that one. Oh, we have to do the right thing. We have to follow protocol here. And then just have third parties on the side. This person's had a third party their entire marriage. Like their whole married life. They've had a side piece. Because they didn't want to be married. Because they were resentful about being in that marriage. They did not choose that person. It was like they felt forced upon them to do the right thing by marrying them. So they've had a side piece almost the entire marriage. Well, they meet a true love, but it's unfamiliar to them. They love them, but it's not familiar. So they're used to having side pieces. So they went and had a side piece, dump a true love situation to go to something that is really toxic and unhealthy for them. It's just holding up their journey. This They keep repeating a cycle. And now they're a lot older and they're repeating a cycle. See, I told you. Trapped. Playing the victim. Left their true love out in the cold and chose something toxic because it is familiar to them. They're not used to dealing with anyone with true love. A burden. They chose to repeat a burdensome cycle. They've done it before, not with the same person, a different person. Maybe they like the poor me. Maybe they like complaining to people how miserable they are, how burdened they are, how unhappy they are. Maybe they're addicted to toxicity. Some people are, and it is their pattern. Like they complained and complained and complained when they were married to someone toxic before. They actually get divorced, get out of that union, get with somebody who offered them the Ace of Cups, but it was unfamiliar to them. It was unfamiliar. They're used to toxic relationships, and now they are doing it again. They are complaining with the situation that they're in. They could have married someone else. High Priestess, you know. This is self-love. Love themselves enough to cut this person off. They were a player, but they keep repeating the cycle. Cheater. Deceiver. That's on them. And they're in a family situation, and they're cheating on that person. Okay, they are. They just keep repeating a cycle. So they may... This is for a single Gemini. Okay, if you're single and you are the High Priestess. They're a complainer. They are. They're addicted to complaining how bad they got it. It gotta be. Is this person a martyr or what? So they're in a very unhealthy marriage. They divorce. They meet a true love. They drop the true love and they go to something that's familiar to them. Toxicity. You reap what you sow. It's just being arrogant and manipulative. I think they're addicted to melodrama so that they can tell everybody else how bad they got it. Like, I'm starting to wonder. I feel so betrayed. Oh my God. I'm so struggling. This is melodrama. They keep repeating it. And they're going to continue to repeat it. unless they learn their lesson. They're going to keep repeating it time after time after time after time. So this person abandons a true love. So they went from having a wife to having an ex-wife or husband, take it as it resonates. That was a very brutal, painful, toxic relationship. Lots of cheating going on because they're miserable there. They didn't want to get married. They didn't want to be married to that person. So they did it out of obligation or duty or family responsibility. So then they're repeating it again. They've gotten remarried or in a serious relationship with someone else who is very similar to their first wife that they were married to or husband. Jesus. They need to heal, man. They could be a slow learner. I don't know. Yeah. So they sit there. This high priestess had to take a leadership role. And now this person sits in regret. How could I have hurt my true love? I gave up true love. They hurt themselves, Gemini. They hurt themselves. Because this high priestess, they know when they're getting cheated on. They know when they're getting breadcrumbed. They know when they know. So this person knew that this person was breadcrumbing, giving to two, or, you know, I think they pushed this high priestess away, but the high priestess is the one who made the final decision and got him off. Now, this person could have been married twice. They could be currently married, and they are complaining about the same crap that they complained about with their first. How hurt they are. This is martyrdom. Nobody cares. Juggling. And that situation's going to end up the same way it has in all their relationships. They choose reckless relationships where they know it's going to end up in a painful ending. They know it's going to end painfully. This is the Empress, the High Priestess, who has decided, I am not dealing with, you keep your choice, you've made your bed, you go lay in it, you want to go choose that other person, you choose that other person, then you'll need to learn that lesson because it is going to end very painfully. I think this person is getting attention from it all. I really do. It is an emperor. They got work to do, man. I think they do it to get attention. I'm sorry, but I do. Because they had a really bad first marriage. Really painfully bad. They have an opportunity to meet someone very wholesome, very loving, and they snub that person to go for something more toxic, a second toxic relationship. And they're going to keep repeating that cycle until they learn it. I think they must complain to everybody at work how bad they got it, how bad their wife is or their husband is. You know, they're getting attention from it. They are. Some people can get addicted to melodrama, and by, you know, everyone asking them, well, how's everything going? Are you okay today? How are you today? How's your relationship going? You need to talk to anybody? You know, they're getting a payoff from it somehow. Or they wouldn't do it. They're getting a payoff somehow to do this. Now, what is it? I think attention. Even if it's negative attention, even if it's painful attention, they're getting attention. People ask them, how are you doing in your new marriage? And how are you doing? Oh, it's brutal. It's this, it's that, it's the other. I got no patience for that crap. And they're a grown-ass adult. They had a rare opportunity, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have genuine, true love, and they blew it over for another painful cycle. You know, our minds and our souls, it's like so familiar to them. They're so used to having melodramatic relationships that they don't know what the hell to do when they don't have one. They don't recognize a healthy one. So they're damaged. The one they went to is damaged. Two damaged people. Who then again is a very hurtful, painful lesson, because you gotta go into unions healed. You can't go in there like damaged goods. You got to go in there healed. Or you will repeat a cycle. And it's that simple. And this is an emperor who is repeating a very painful cycle. Playing games. But truly, Gemini, they're hurting themselves. It's like they're depriving themselves of a real love connection in their life. And they're not getting any younger. This is not a young emperor. They're not getting any younger. You know, it's like, it is cycles. It is cycles. Hey, we've all been there. I remember, you know, that's how you get that oh, they're not my type. They're not my type. Well, the type you're used to is the type that's giving you all the pain. The type that you're used to is the very thing that is giving you all the pain. So they go to somebody else who is different than their usual type. There is genuine love there. And it would have been long lasting. And it would have been a very good life for this person. But they're used to this toxic cycle. It is familiar to them. Their usual type. Full of anger, full of bitterness, kiss and make up, fight, argue, kiss and make up. It's toxic as hell. And they've done it before. Those are the relationships they gravitate toward. They don't understand what true love is. They're repeating a cycle. And they're going to keep doing it until they learn their lesson. And if they don't learn their lesson soon because of the age alone, if they don't learn their lesson soon, they could very much end up alone and have missed out on genuine love that was there for them. Take care.